So this is a game started last week. So this is this time a single player game on the old world map playing Assyria, as you can see. And we went for early aggression as well. And we concluded last stream on this turn with we just eliminated Babylonia. So we took Hadhat, Babylon, Nippur and Ur from them and settled the rest of the side. A particularly cursed cleric's seat here. Babylon got, of course, developing first, being first developed by the AI before we took over. It's funding religion at the moment. Let me check, is there a governor around? A judge I'm looking for to rush this project out. No. So that's where we were. We had just finished our conquest of Babylonia. We have two ambitions ongoing, two legacies, I should say. One is to enact serfdom, which we could do next turn. We have navigation. We don't have the civics, however. So it looks like we'll get the civics. I had set my cities on council end of last stream to do that. We are capturing Ur. And we also have to connect 6 cities, which we could do by just connecting the Tigris and the Euphrates. I believe there would do the trick, because we don't get the connection from the Persian Gulf, because this tile is in Persian territory, with whom we are not at peace at the moment. They don't like me very much, even. So that's where we are. And one question I am contemplating. Yes, that is a big change from the previous game, seeing Babylon go down. Cyan. The commonality with the game we were playing is that despite this being single player, I am playing with no undo as an option. So I have to live with my misclicks, with my mistakes, with my errors, big or small. And it cost us a unit or two last week, I believe. I certainly remember at least one clear misclick. Hatti is already looking like, well, both Hatti and Persia are very strong. We are not pushing with our conquest, at least not immediately, into them. We have another cursed site that we could settle here. But really, the land to the north is way more lush with the Scythians. We are at peace with them, but on the other hand, Hatti is giving them a good thrashing, so probably we want to compete for these city sites in the north. I think a bigger decision, looking again at the game, I'm getting familiar with it again at the moment, is that we have this legacy which requires 400 civics. But on the other hand, it's turned 49, and I assume this will not be in time to fund the religion. So we have an option. Either I keep my civics to enact serfdom on the coming turn and complete my legacy, or I accept that I'm not fulfilling this legacy, but on the other hand, I rush the project right now and guarantee that I'm funding religion. So that's I haven't played in the Middle East of old world map in a while. Yeah, it's a bit cramped. To be fair, I picked Assyria, which is definitely easier than Persia, which is really in the corner, or Babylon, which is typically completely blocked off by Persia or Assyria. It's definitely playable, but you have to be careful with your diplomacy in particular to survive the early game. And because of that situation as well, Babylon tends to, when the AI takes over, it tends to get a bit, well, one of your neighbor will not have as much development as the others, and in this case it was Babylon, which is the probably the easiest road to conquer. So we were able to do that. If you're playing Babylon, of course, Persia and Hatti and Assyria will probably take everything before you can barely move out. So it's definitely a more difficult game in general. So alright, that's where we are. And I think I'm deciding myself that I really want a religion. Not getting to found a religion when you've picked clerics feels very bad. Failing a legacy feels bad too. But I do believe that it's one or the other. If we had a judge available, I would just appoint a judge as a governor that would burn 100 civics, but I would have a slight chance of still completing my ambition. And I would be able to rush the project with money instead of civics. But as things stand, I don't really have a chance of doing that. I don't have a judge around. So I think I'm hurrying this project to guarantee that I'm funding a religion next turn. With that said, let's try not to fail all our ambitions. So for that, I'm going to connect the Tigris River, which is going here, with the Euphrates River. So hopefully Babylon would be connected, Hanhat would be connected, and that's already 5 out of 6. And when I capture I would get this connection too, and that should fulfill my other legacy. I don't see an update on the city connections, so I'm not sure what's missing there. Well, I already had this road, so I guess all I need is to own this territory, and I didn't actually need this road. Once the capture completes. I think I'm sending this settler north to have at least a chance to compete with Hati for this site. My leader is a morning timid builder. I don't really like the idea of putting a timid governor on Assur, but it might still be worth it. Of course, Assur has been pumping units. Well, that's all it's been doing, really, since the beginning of the game. But that's probably still the right way to go about that. And let me see my opinions. I would dearly like to buy this deer tile for Tushpa, but that would not help the opinions. So let's just grab a bit of wood at the moment, and do I pull the trigger? Yes, I do. We'll get a super strong growth city in the north. We also have to realize its military potential by getting the ore tiles and the miners. Hopefully, let's see if we can achieve that. We still really want 4 laws to get our unique unit online, and simply many of these laws are extremely valuable. Serfdom, polytheism, slavery, centralization, all would be valuable. Alright, and just in time indeed, we funded Manichaeism. Christianity was just funded. Very probably with just Christianity being funded, Manichaeism would have fallen to a cleric's nation on the following turn. We get an option to pick a scholar and wisdom, or a scholar and some opinion, and I think I'm picking the wisdom. Alright, I don't remember exactly what there is to be found in the south. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more tribal site. But I don't quite remember. We can pick promotions, but let's play our civilian units. Alright, so Ati is, well, losing some units to the Scythians, which is excellent, as far as I'm concerned. We want to be as close as we can. We have an army of Slinger, which is not too impressive, but not bad either. I think I'm grabbing a little bit more wood, getting the camp online, sending someone toward this ore. And yeah, we probably want more iron, more stone, more development in general in our cities. We have to sort of repair our economy. Not that it's really damaged, but we invested everything into a military unit to achieve this conquest, so now we have to stabilize and solidify our position to be able to move forward. And potentially, maybe what I want is actually a settler out of Assyria. Certainly want one out of... Oh, I don't have the granary here, which is a shame. Or maybe even one more worker. Yeah, let's get one more worker before we push additional settlers. Let's still try to gather some civics from the rest of our cities. We have a few specialists in Babylon that we inherited from the Babylonians themselves. We made this stonecutter ourselves, but it's quite good. Another champion city with nothing to show for itself. I think I'm getting a worker. This city is doing, well, not very much at all. A disciple out of Babylon makes sense to me. I don't think we have any chance of getting the 400 civics in time if we don't get like a super lucky event or something. So might as well do something else. And with that in mind, if I'm maybe getting growth out of my capital, maybe I want a farmer, although a 7-ton farmer is just horrible, so maybe not. I'm very tempted to just get one more warrior, but we are at the point of diminishing return, I'm pretty sure. Still, it doesn't hurt. It's hard to have too many units, so why not? And we really want serfdom to be able to do something with all those workers. And let me check my luxuries. We have 2 salt that we are not using. Not the favorite resource of anyone, but we could still make use of it, I suppose. Alright. Sennacherib the Younger. I don't know who this foolish diplomat is. Doesn't look to even be a royal at the moment. Capacity to tutor. Tribal raid in Babylon. Or spend a lot of money for a little bit of happiness. I do believe we can deal with a tribal raid easily enough. So let's do that. Robust. What do we get? Robust. Alright. Let me look at this young Prince Nimed. We already have a philosophy student somewhere, I presume further down the royals and heirs line. I'm not sure if we're going for some kind of buildery play for now. Possibly. So commerce could work for that. Could still get a commander out of it, potentially. Politics gives us hero and scholar and judges, which are all pretty good as well. A judge would certainly do as good. So I guess I am undecided. Let's check the other events first. We could take an ambition to build the Acropolis or the museum. And that is quite ambitious indeed. Since our city is still, well, our capital is still 48 years away from being strong and being simply eligible to get any of these wonders. So it's pretty hard to guarantee that we are going to get such a thing. It's possible that Babylon is actually closer. Yes, 46 years. So Babylon is, at the current rates, Babylon will get strong before Assyria. So I suppose we are still doing not very much at all in this spots. Let's get more workers without monopolizing our capital. Here I don't think I'm doing anything, just a council will be fine. And can we get all our workers busy? Well, no guarantee on that at the moment. And we have access to shrines, but we don't have... Oh, we do have drama, so we could accelerate the culture in Babylon, and maybe I'm doing that. Yes. Yes, I suppose that's fine. I will want to protect it, but let's start with an Odeon. And let's move back with our troops. We need to defend ourselves, including this worker just moved in. I assume he doesn't die, but I don't know. Oh, he does die. Alright, so I need to defend him a bit more properly, and I would need... what would I need? I would need a forced march to do that. Well, I suppose I'm marching then. So I did that without clicking the march button. Well, I cannot show it again because I have no undo. But you can control right click to move a unit force marching directly from wherever they stand, including from the start of their movement. So sometimes you will have an issue where you want to go somewhere, but the end point would be where another unit is. So you cannot really get there, click force march, continue. You can just control right click to your destination, and that's just as good. It's maybe not the best known shortcut in the game, but it's very important. And if you forget about it, there is a reminder in the tooltip. Hold control to confirm, and you can just as well hold control directly. Alright, so air education, we still have that to decide. We could pick an ambition to build a wonder, which would be ambitious indeed. The Acropolis would be kind of good. Can I want the research more than the culture at the moment? But this has to be... It's not so clear. And we get to pick an upgrade. I don't really want shield bearer. This is not a general type of kings. I could just try to fix my courage, which is valuable, but I'll just do the simple thing and pick the science. I'm pretty sure we already sent someone to become extravagant. Where the commerce common event, where you send someone to study commerce and they become extravagant. I'm not sure about that. So maybe I'm safe. Let's send Prince Nimedu to commerce school. And I'm not sure what ambition I would pick. I think I desire the museum more than the Acropolis, but I desire the research more than the culture. I think maybe I'm getting carried away. It's as simple as that. Let's find something else that is a bit less 50 tons away. Alright, so we have an identified patriarch for our newly founded religion who doesn't like us, as should be expected. This oligarch is spoiled, and we failed the legacy as expected. Unfortunately, Prince Nimedu could become a dog owner or compassionate, while converting to our state religion, which is not the one we founded. And am I picking the stats? Simply? I think a dog is cool, though. I think I'm picking the dog, actually. Kidnity, oh, so there's our philosophy student. Recently reached 18 and adult age, and I'm picking a scholar for that. Not that they contribute anywhere, they are too far down the line for that. I believe, yes. This raider is going for Hati, so my settler shouldn't be in danger. Should probably move in if I really want to do something about those Kysians though. I'll still grab the wood before picking the mine. And let us check the rest of our workers. So alright. Who can we save now? So that's one. So indeed we have barbarians in the south, but we'll have to deal with these guys first, I assume. Alright, crit, as one does. Let's swap positions. I believe both are... yes. This is actually better because this guy can hit from the city. He's a marksman. And this one has much better health to take the damage. Alright, another kill. Feels good being Assyria. And I believe we can move this slinger forward as well, in that direction. And let's look at our workers again now. I think I'm buying an order to start this quarry right now, because a wonder or two would do as good indeed. Alright, I got one more warrior, I forgot, but I get training rebates on melee units as well in Assur, so we want steel actually to be pushing axemen. Not getting there though, this is a composite bow that is going to come first. Yeah, I'm wondering about getting specialists actually. I have already almost too much growth, so I guess I could inch my way toward this barley tile, but I might... I think it's better to leave them to this site up north. But I suppose I could get a pair of farmers. Just a settler. Get ready for a colonization push up north. So a settler from this high growth city and maybe one from my capital. Well, I do want citizens in Assur, I suppose. Let's just get the acolyte. It's not much, but I don't want to pile up with my unit upkeeps. If I'm not able to use them, might as well produce axes directly for my iron as well. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to get a wall. A bit of reinsurance against potential Persian aggression. I guess it's 40 stone, we can afford it. Let's do it. Probably Nippur and Ur should get walls as well, when that becomes a thing. That's a lot of archers from Persia. They do get cheaper ranged units, in terms of goods anyway. A rebel in Hopi. Oh, and we connected our cities indeed. No longer mourning. Well, we could decide to stay mourning and to become compassionate as well. Well, we didn't pick it for our hair. But I suppose the XP would be helpful. And of course, the attributes are not bad. We got a spread of Manichaeism. Oh, I think we are happy killing rebels though. Alright, what kind of city is this? Oh, we have a view of the next spot. Excellent. It feels like another cleric city to me. most of the space we have is desert. And it's not going to get better with sandstorms, of course. Everyone's upset. Alright. Let's still go clerics. And repair our new city. No crits this time. We'll deal with this guy next turn. I should probably have played this one first. Because kills are orders, and you want orders before you do things. Right, we are barely getting our orders, but we are still getting them. Hachi is doing work up here. And yeah, I think I want more iron. I'm going to buy an order and start a mine. Possibly I should have assigned my king as a governor instead. Let's see how things evolve. Right, some conversion to Babylonian paganism of all things. Alright. Wildfire is coming. Well, I suggest, nonetheless, let's kill this rebel first. Alright. This one was dealt with. Pick 20 XP here. And move to deal with the next guy. We are not doing much damage, I'm afraid. But damage is damage. In large or small quantities. So we should be able to kill them next turn even without any crits. Yeah, I remember considering going to forestry, but we haven't done that yet, so we cannot get wood. I don't believe we have husbandry, we do not. So let's just work on our economy, starting with stone. And here I believe it's exactly the same thing. Let's get more stone. Alright. And let's see if we can reconsider our city's protection so that we get the 400 civics we need to adopt a law. I think I'm okay with pushing back this worker, this apprentice, acolyte, and more to get there. That's still not enough. Can we get it if we delay the disciple as well? And the repairs? No, we are short 5 civics. Alright, so it's not worth it. Let's just repair, get our disciple out. Oh, maybe I could by delaying the walls as well. Alright, let's try that again. Full round of council everywhere. And yes, we get there. So serfdom next turn is what we are seeing there. I don't think I have the option to avoid the wildfire anymore, or I would have to buy 4 orders. So let's just wait for the rain. Oh, kidney or hair somewhere down the line. An extravagant scholar could become blessed and estranged from Patriarch Satmik. Samtik from Egypt. I could become vigilant while they become disappointed. I could try to appoint her as head of Zoroastrianism. Well, a retired general from Egypt or an extravagant scholar from Assyria? Well, I think we're going for it. Let's see if we can appoint a new head of this religion we haven't founded. Right, axes and spears still in the north. It will soon be time, or even too late, to grab this site, so we have to make a move. Okay, we could pay a lot of civics to either actually take the head of the religion, or pay significant money, or pay training, or disappoint our fifth in line. Well, I believe we can have our heir take the lead for this religion. And this young woman is Duchess Markihita. So let's send her to study philosophy. We should probably tutor. All our tutor hates us, more or less. This one not, so it's a bit cheaper. And we could have a bit of tutoring that way too, even if it's expensive. And let's deal with this situation first, probably. And there we go. A bit more culture as well, as we have epics from playing Sargon's dynasty. Let's adopt serfdom before I forget. We really need those orders to be able to use our units, our workers, move our military, everything. The council is done here, and I think I will be following my own advice and get a wall. We can see that Persia is not fooling around with the defense of their borders. They have a long line of forts all along. And yeah, I think we can heal our units as well, and it's probably worth making a move for this next site down the Persian Gulf. One more turn before we move out. Where can we get to? Yeah, that's not that conclusive in terms of movement. I guess I want to ump Hati's movement as well. Alright, let's move in with one of our slingers and start as well with the next one. Ideally we are nabbing this site even if we have to declare on the Scythians at the last possible moment. And maybe I left it too long already. That's quite possible. Yes, they are moving away, they dealt with this unit. I assume the Scythians don't have much left. In this immediate location anyway. Alright. This Duchess is severely ill, which gets us a chance to get the young kidney 2 around. The matriarch of Assyrian paganism is severely ill too. And the Queen Consort and myself are all ill. The Prince could become Vigilant or Islander. I think I'm training them to be a governor, but I don't really need Vigilant, I already have champions. So I'm still picking Islander, I guess, from the two. Alright, a wildfire along the Great Zab. I think we are okay with losing a citizen in Tushpa at the moment. We are not very rich and we are losing money, so I'll just do that. Oh, we could declare war on Hatti right now. I think that would be a mistake though. Yes, we are somewhat exposed. They are much stronger than us. They are erudite. We still have to assimilate our recent conquests. Let's check. No, we don't have an assimilation penalty anymore. We just have the discontent from a city that was funded by another nation. I think I want to heal this guy so he's ready to do something useful next turn. I would like to start a theater now, however. I might do it here. Yes. Oh, Manichaean disciple. Yes, I want my first monastery here, I believe. The holy site, I won't have the civics to start immediately, so yeah, let's get a monastery. I don't think we are doing anything about the wildfire at the moment. It would be good to get more permanent source of food in the not too distant future, though. And alright, let's try to see if we can at least be in the way of Hatti. These people are raiding Hatti, right? No, they are barbarians. Alright, so they're likely to strike at me, actually. Yeah, that's not good. We might have already lost this site to Hatti. I suppose I'll just move my settler forward and let's hope. Never the best tactic. But it could work. I'm almost tempted to get these walls right away. But a quick two-turn walker is okay too. We've got our disciple out. I think we want a second one. Or maybe the poet first. We have 4 citizens. That's 3 years. That's decently quick. Alright. And yes, Hanhat can pump the walker in the meantime for our capital. Or possibly even get walls too. I do not know. I suppose the treasury wouldn't hurt our finances, right? So, alright, let's do that. The enemy of my enemy. No, I don't think we are declaring war on Hatti, even for 2 elite Amazon cavalry, which are pretty good units, to be clear. But war on Hatti is probably doom on us, so let's just pick the XP and see what the next turn has for us. Control O, I don't know what it is. I use either O to buy orders, that is a shortcut, or Control to force march. I'm not sure what Control O does, and I don't dare to try without undos. Alright, people have died, the rebels have formed. The pagans don't like us. Okay. We could marry a builder for Persia. She's restless and humble, and since we are compassionate, she wouldn't like us, since she's ruthless. Or we could endear our current queen, who, it has to be said, is severely ill. It's probably not worth very much. I think. Why is she upset? We are different. Oh, she's Jewish as well. I suppose we could convert her. We are Zoroastrian, huh? Ideally, everyone would become Manichaean. This is a more compelling character, though. Right, I'm not sure about that. Indeed, the wildfire has ended. Are we going to enact tolerance to clear 6 tribal sites? Or to do some... to mess with our attributes? Enacting tolerance is a worthy goal, but that's not really the way we are going, and our research is poor at the moment. A happiness level would help, though. 6 tribal sites is probably going to take a while. I suppose it depends if Hati has conquered the Scythians yet. Not quite. So that's one we could get easily enough. And that one doesn't feel like too much of a stretch. But that's 2 out of 6. Not that much. Alright. So yeah, both ambitions look a bit tough. I would like the happiness level. I don't really want to lose my charisma though, the little I have. I suppose that would help fix our money issue though. Alright, let's just do that. And sure, let's take another wife. That will also help a little bit with Persia's opinion, since we married a Persian ourselves. Alright, let's start our work dealing with rebels. Opinions are close to catastrophic. I still want to send a strike. Whoa, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I don't have the orders anymore to properly betray the Scythians. Oh, I might though. Alright, let's pick focus 3. Let's see if we can crit in one go. Nope, not like that. Sorry. Yeah, let's break the peace. Too bad. Let's get to war. Not quite. Alright, and we buy an order to strike, another order to kill. We could still become vigilant. Again, 1 citizen and some minor discontent. I'll take that. And now we have 2 orders because we just killed. And we celebrate that with additional orders in Assyria. And settle this spot. Yes, and I think this is another hunter city, which will help with envy. And I didn't know, but there's two fur in the perimeter of the city, so this will do us good. Alright, let's get a worker out while we have a builder on the throne. Tushpa produced its settler. I am tempted to get the miner. Yes, let's do that before pushing additional units out. This site, well, we are at peace with Hati, so potentially they're just going to keep attacking Scythians. We are coming for them at the moment and will probably pillage my improvement along the way. But I'm confident we can get a settler there a bit faster than them. Are they at war with Persia? They are not. So yeah, maybe we are securing additional expansion. We have a settler at the ready. We don't have one for the southern spot yet, but maybe Ur can work on that after this worker completes. Let's see. Alright, people are dying. Okay, tutoring finished. Oh yes, I invested into that, that's true. People are still losing attribute though. Alright, let's check. Our heir is a robust Highlander commerce student at the moment. We could invest into a little bit more tutoring, even if we are coming close to the end of our money. The Duchess could become humble or loyal for civics or legitimacy as well. Or we could get a free courthouse, which is also quite good. I think I'm picking humble because I really want the civics. And anyway, of course, that's a strength and a good one on that. Let's deal with these Scythians as early as we can. Am I dying? Yes, I am. Alright, so that's poor play on my part, or at least I should get reinforcement. I think I want to slightly hide, maybe even there. Yes. I need to cover this guy. Can I with a warrior? Yes, that's less than ideal. I'm not striking at them. But we are killing this this raider. And we can still cover our unit. Hoping we don't just die out of it. No, normally they should keep on their way. They're still targeting Hati after all. So that should be okay. Let's get more iron and more stone. What are we doing in Babylon? I believe we are getting a shrine. Yes, it would be good to have a shrine of Assur in Babylon. Oh. So it's our Duchess leading the Zoroastrian. And we could, of course, we have a good opportunity to disappoint her. Alright, so minus 80 opinion, but... Well, they are not Zoroastrian, so... Right, better disappoint than the family. We really need to claw our way back to some form of order with our families. We are quite a ways away from it. I think we are disappointing another heir. Not that much of an option there. And unfortunately it doesn't look like we can kill in one unless we crit. Nope. Or it's done with its worker. Let's work on a settler for this spot. Unfortunately the Persian are probably nabbing the kill, but at least they're hitting the Javelineer on the camp. Right. The Scythians are fighting Hati in my territory. The oligarch has converted to Manichaeism and the family as well. Alright, does that change things? Yes, the clerics are almost positive, but not quite. And our heir just lost an attribute point in celebration. Could gain an orator or a schemer. Well, an orator is not going to pay off immediately. Well, it's going to help with opinion, but they're not going to benefit from the extra orders quite quickly. I think it's high time we appoint our king as a governor in Assur, especially if we are not training units there. And, well, we're not very good at anything else, so maybe that's what we should be doing. Oh, so it's still 60 training, so our cult, yes, only affect the goods cost, so it costs us less iron, but it's not faster in terms of production in training. But I suppose that's only 37 more iron for an extra. Oh, they didn't kill the marauder there. Okay, can we nab the city in one turn? I do not believe we can. And I don't think we can prevent Persia from taking it. How much damage would they do? Yeah, that way they don't quite kill. I think I'm not attacking, actually. Yeah. Commerce studies, an orator or a schemer. A schemer would do our research good. What would it do diplomatically? Well, we have a scholar there, a diplomat there, so that's one less reason to pick an orator, because we wouldn't get a bonus for Manichaeism. The plus 40 opinion for all religions with an orator leader would dissolve in the opposition between diplomats and orators as archetype, so we wouldn't get benefit from that. Shrine of Nushka we might as well put here, I think. Oh, we have a better opportunity in Assur, so alright. Alright, that's it then. Let's send an additional worker up to Assur. And one more clerics worker down to Babylon. Yes, we do not have centralization to improve this tile. I suppose we can make use of the Shrine of Nabu to get a little bit more science here. With an Odeon. Well, a bit more civics. Oh, the Persians are anchoring a ship, so they have one more way to move around us if they feel like they want to do that. And yeah, a bit of reinforcement for next turn in case that's necessary. I think I'm picking the schema as an heir. And yeah, let's get back to disciples. We'll want some more. Right, Axum is going for the Jebel Barkal, or thematic. Voilà, technically it's in Kush, but the oligarch has died. Who's our new oligarch? Another tactician. No, from scholar to tactician. Alright. And she's neutral. And young. Persia has converted to Judaism. I think we want the ballista. Let's look at this southern situation. Alright. So this anchor indeed paid off for Persia. despite our misgiving and not attacking to try to delay, they were able to send enough units to both kill and occupy the site. So a bit of a dead play there. I should have sent more earlier to secure the site, if that was indeed the aim. Granary in Babylon is tempting. It certainly makes sense here. Yeah, we're getting a shrine, we're getting our theater. Let's push growth. We do not have the civics to start the holy site, so this monastery is all we can do in Babylon proper. But we can get one in Upi as well. Alright, let's work on that. We don't have the wood. Okay, let's get ready to do something more significant with our troops in the north. Let's just heal. Yeah, stabilize for now. Send some warriors up. What died? Oh, they killed my warrior and worker. I completely forgot. Alright. I'm stupid. Okay, and we'll want our workers to go build lumber mills soon. And in the meantime, send more workers up north. I wonder if I should. I don't know what's more there. What more there is along the coast on the old world map. I'm mixing it up with other pre-made maps. So I don't know. I know the Middle East has the full Arabian peninsula, so you can settle around it. I don't know if that's true on the old world map. I believe there are a few sites, but not too many. So I'm not sure how much it's worth sending units down there in the hope of finding something. Alright, let's keep pushing warriors then. Although I think I'll want some more slingers. Yeah. And from Tushpa as well, if we are doing that. Yeah. Okay, let's be a bit more serious with the Scythians. They have plenty of sites up north, so there will be a threat. Well, they sort of already are. Right, they are going after us. Hati will probably help though. An oligarch has become deceitful, a patriarch has become severely ill, and another oligarch has become impious. Well, our young daughter has died. Cause of death perished. Alright, I assume there is an event. Alright, am I paranoid? I really don't want to become foolish. Oh, I will have to be charming. Unfortunately, I'm not. Deadly drunk. Well, she was very, very drunk. It seems we are spending most of our reign in mourning. But the civics is welcome. I guess it's still better to degrade relations with Hati, not that I like the idea. Are we even dealing with those guys, or are we just pushing? against the sites we can see in the north. Yeah, none of them are eagle-eyed. Yeah, okay, it's not glorious. I still need to use my steadfast people to get things done. Alright, a useless crit. Useless as in not needed, not as crits are very strong to have, and focus is definitely a very strong promotion. I'm not saying the promotion is useless. I'm saying this particular crit wasn't necessary to get the kill. Yeah, I would rather heal, but at the end of the day, I'm on this spot. So let's go for it. And I think I'm sending this warrior as well this way. I can hit this guy, but I believe Hati will help me deal with the rest, so that's fine by me. And I don't have the orders to move my settler, nor to use my disciple, so a bit unfortunate there. Let's not forget to start those lumber mills I promised next turn. We got our walls. I would like a disciple, but I would have to adopt the religion for that, and that's not done. I suppose an alternative use for disciple is simply to start the holy site, and I should really be doing that. Alright, let's try to do that next turn. I will spend an order this turn to be closer, because I want to put it here, make use of this desert. So to avoid a forced march, I have to make a move this turn, to avoid a forced march next turn. Alright, treasury, small investment, the 100 money will be useful. I suppose same logic applies here. And here we got our walker out. I believe another slinger wouldn't hurt. Or even walls if we have Hati around. Right, Hati is doing some work here. Oh, the Padana was completed. Alright. Okay, I don't want to lose this guy. Where's my settler? Still very far away. Alright. Implying this person has to retreat to save their life. Right, attack again. Not quite. Right, the site is ours. And now we are becoming gracious, now that it's too late. Well, okay, let's do it. I could whack this guy for 10 XP. Yeah, let's start our lumber mills. Pick a build in Assyria. Is it one more slinger yet again? It looks like one more slinger yet again. Or maybe one more warrior. Alright, and with that I think that will conclude our session for tonight. Pushed a little bit beyond 11. And we'll be resuming this game. I don't see an obvious cliffhanger to abandon you with. in the immediate future. So thank you all for joining. Bit of a strange session with a part with a multiplayer commented game and another one with continued single player action. Oh, actually, yeah, let's celebrate the end of the stream by buying 4 orders. And I'm doing it with the button instead of the shortcut, but it's a O shortcut if you didn't know. And let's start the holy site before I forget. So we'll have the holy site for our religion. That will be an additional disciple. Because we are a builder, we can pile up other disciples to get it quicker, which we will inevitably do when this one completes, and we'll probably push a third one. So we'll get our monasteries or everything way faster by just stacking as we've done here. And yeah, let's plan to complete this this granary next turn as well, with a bit of worker stacking too. And with that will be the end of this stream. So I just have to save the stream, and I will have to see you next time. Actually, it should be Fluffy streaming next week, but we'll have to see if we accommodate something for multiplayer game or else. But presumably, my friend and colleague Fluffy Bunny should be streaming next week, in which case we would resume this game later on. And in the meantime, thank you all, and bye-bye.